gonna make some instant rice that's full of garbage. That's a lot of rice, Borks. I want to show you why I'm making this overpriced instant rice. Enriched. You don't have to enrich shit. That makes me think of enriched white bread. Because you know that white bread has literally no nutritional value whatsoever. You might as well eat paper. It's got the nutritional equivalent of paper. That's why they enrich it with nutrients, but white bread is just literal diabetes. So when it says enriched on it, they gotta add shit because this instant rice why would anyone buy this? I mean, I bought it, so I guess I'm gonna explain why. Because I'm lazy. And you gotta pay to be lazy because instant rice is usually a little bit more expensive compared to regular rice. Like regular, plain, natural, minimally processed rice. Because this instant rice has to go through a whole nother process. Where they basically dry it out, they pre-cook it and dry it out. So then, all you gotta do is put some water in it and throw it in the microwave for a minute. Instant rice. And it's done. I just gotta fluff with fork. Instant rice is just for the convenience, but it's about the equivalent of enriched white bread. There's hardly any nutrients in it. That's why they had to enrich it with nutrients. Because it goes through another step which removes a lot of the nutrients. So they want to have some nutrients in it so you're not just eating paper. And that's why instant rice costs a little bit more. I mean, rice is cheap in general. But I'll show you this. Is the kind of rice that you should be eating. Jasmine rice. This is an example of the kind of rice that you should be eating if you want quality. It doesn't say enriched because there's no need to enrich the rice, but it has the same nutritional value. It's got a tiny bit of iron, it's got a little bit of protein, a tiny bit of potassium, a lot of carbs, no fat. A lot of calories in general. But this is a nice way to add some healthy bulk to your food if you're trying to put on pounds. And the same thing goes for brown rice. Natural, long grain brown rice. Which isn't really much different as far as the nutrients are concerned. Like, it's got a little bit of fiber. It has a little bit more iron. It's got a little more potassium. It's got a teeny bit of fat in it. But that's it. I'm transitioning to normal, natural, minimally processed rice because it just makes sense. I've been having this instant rice for several years. And I'm just starting to realize that you should be staying away from enriched stuff, because it basically means that all of the natural original nutrients that were in it have been stripped during the manufacturing process, and they had to add a bunch of nutrients into it so it doesn't, you're not eating fucking cardboard. So I'm basically, with enriched instant rice, I'm basically eating nutrient enriched cardboard. My advice, if you're not lazy, don't bother with this instant rice crap. What I would recommend instead oh, screw this. Get yourself a rice cooker. All you do is put about a quarter of water in there and the rest rice. Or half and half. It really depends on how soft or hard you want your rice. It could be half water, half rice. It could be a quarter water and the rest rice. Whatever. It's simple. A brain dead monkey can figure it out. You just put water and rice in this thing. And then you push the button, either white rice, brown rice. Those are the only buttons you need to press. And that rice cooker can make enough rice for like a whole week. I just wanted to make one bowl. I didn't know how much I was gonna make. I ended up making way too much, so I ended up making 10 bowls of rice in that one thing. I thought it was gonna be one bowl like this, but it ended up being like almost 10 bowls of rice. It only takes like maybe 15 or 20 minutes. And you don't even have to do anything. You literally just throw some rice and water in it. You turn it on, depending on what rice you're using. If it's white rice or jasmine rice, or if it's brown rice, you just push the button accordingly. And then you go touch yourself for the next 20 minutes. And then when you're done jacking off, you come back here and the rice is done. So, oh boo-hoo, you can't make rice in a minute. It takes 20 minutes, but it still doesn't require any additional effort. The process is the same. With instant rice, it's the same thing. You just mix the rice and water, throw it in the microwave for a minute. But with the rice cooker, it's the same thing. You put the rice and water into the rice maker, you turn it on, and then you walk away and do your own thing until it's done. The only difference is you have to wait longer. So why don't you just go distract yourself for the next 20 minutes instead, so you can have a higher quality thing. The healthiest rice has always typically been brown rice, which is why typically I get both, because I like the taste of white rice or jasmine rice. Personally, I like jasmine rice the best. It has a nice chewy texture to it. So I like jasmine rice the best. But the healthiest rice has always been brown rice, so I'd switch off between jasmine rice or any other kind of white rice, whatever, or brown rice. I mean, the reason why brown rice is always the most nutritious is because it's the least processed. They do very minimal processing, so it retains most of its original nutrients, which is why it has more fiber, because that's why brown rice is usually a lot more chewy, because it retains most of its original fiber content. And with white rice, like jasmine rice is a type of white rice, probably the best kind of white rice ever. It's more heavily processed. They remove more of the bran, so they remove a little bit more of the nutrients, and they remove the fiber in the process, which is why typically most white rice doesn't really have any fiber. So if you need more fiber, then definitely go for brown rice. If you want the best nutrients in general and you don't care much about taste, go for brown rice. But at the end of the day, I'm staying away from instant rice. It's garbage. They've put a bunch of garbage in it. So just stick to plain rice. Either white rice or brown rice. Stay away from instant rice. That's all I can say.